Okay guys, so it's Friday night. I hope you all had a wonderful week. I hope you didn't work too hard. But in this one we are having a look at obviously Nokia, because Nokia is down by about 3.7% today. So of course it's not very good after the week that we have been seeing, because we have been down quite a lot this week with 15% decreases in the shares price, and that is not what we like to see. So of course over the past month, or at least mainly since about the 22nd of January, we have seen Nokia receive a lot of hype. It went up by about 55% in only a matter of a few days, and of course it came down just as quickly as it went up, and now we are actually seeing it almost neutral from that point on only the 22nd of January. So right now we're asking the question, is now a good time to buy Nokia, or should you be selling it, and will it dip lower? Well, of course I am not a financial advisor, but I can give you all of my personal opinions, and that is all coming up in this episode guys. So if you do want to hear what I have to say, it would be appreciated, and if you could show it by leaving a like on the video and of course subscribing, it would go a mile. So with that being said, like I've said before, I am not a financial advisor. I know I say that a lot, but I do need to stress it because people will follow me blindly, and I really don't want that to happen, so please make sure to do your own research. But let's jump straight into the video. So yeah guys, Nokia is a very interesting stock. Long term, I definitely think it is a very good hold, and I think now is definitely a decent time to buy it in my personal opinion, because I cannot see it going much lower. Because yes, Nokia has been increasing over the past month, don't get me wrong. We were starting off the month on about a price of about $4 exactly, and we can see we're almost ending this period here on a price of $14.21. So that doesn't even represent the biggest increase. We're only up about 4%, and that is actually a pretty stable gain right now, and for that reason I think we're definitely going to be leveling out on this stock very soon. Obviously a lot of that hype has now sold off. I think that's a very good thing indeed. I don't think it will drop very much lower in my personal view. I mean, if we do have a quick look from about 1400, so about 2 o'clock or at least 2:30, we are seeing the sell-off kind of slowing down in prevalence, and this is a good thing as we are actually up ever so slightly in the shares price. So it wasn't enough to bring us back into the green for the day, but it was enough to bring us up by a very small amount, and that honestly could be a very decent indication of good things to come next week. So when we are looking into the next week guys, I think Nokia is a stock with big potential. I don't think it is going to blow up in the next week or so unless something changes, i.e. is to get hyped by some factor or anything. But obviously over the long term period, I think Nokia does have a lot of potential. I think for a company and for what they do with their 5G and what they intend to do with their 5G in the future, they have a lot of room for growth. And of course if you do want to find out what they do with 5G, we'll be talking about all that kind of good stuff tomorrow, so of course on Saturday, so make sure to subscribe to not miss out on this one. But obviously guys, being as the stock is pretty flat now for the past month, I think it is definitely coming to an end of that sell-off. I don't think it will dip by much more. I think it will definitely stay in the $4 range in my personal opinion, and I'd be very disappointed if it was to fall much below there. So of course if you'd have bought Nokia at the highs guys, obviously that would be very disappointing for you, but in my personal view I would have been holding this one for the more long-term period, the next 1 to 5 years, because honestly with the development of 5G and what Nokia intend to implement, I think that the potential really is there. Short term, I think we also could see some decent growth if we do get a bit more hype in the stock, and even if it doesn't grow short term, I don't think that's too bad of a factor in my opinion, because obviously long term I definitely think we could see a doubling in the shares price, and I think that would be a fantastic thing to see. So if we don't see too much growth in the next week or so, I don't think that's too bad, as long as we can remain relatively neutral on this one. Like I said, we could even fall into the low $4 range, but I think if we can stay in the $4 range, we'll still be in a decent enough position to make this stock a buy. So of course once it does start to level out, and I personally do believe this will be in the earlier part of next week hopefully, and once it does start to level out, I think we are in a great entry point, i.e. a good time to buy. And of course if you're looking for a mentality for that buy, in my personal view, like I've said, and I'm not a financial advisor, I would be considering this one a long-term buy, i.e. buy it right now and hold it for a few years. And of course yes, if it is to rocket in price in the next few weeks, obviously I would sell with a big profit, but honestly if I was going to be invested in this one, I would not see this one rocketing like that. Yes, it does have potential to, but it would not be my main aim, because even though it could happen, there is a potential that it could not happen, and then we would be looking at this one from other point of view. So obviously the fundamentals for Nokia are very great. The company's been around for absolutely years, and you know what, with the expansion of what they are doing nowadays, they've really turned the company round to a very good company that makes a lot of money and has potential to have a huge market share on 5G in the future. So like I said, we are going to be talking about their 5G market share only tomorrow, but basically Nokia intends to have 20% of all 5G market share, or 1/5, and that would be a very significant amount for the company to hold, and it would of course see revenue increase. Now 5G is is being developed pretty quickly nowadays, but obviously it's not as developed as it will be in just a few years, and of course Nokia for that reason does have a little bit more room to grow. So far guys, Nokia is on target to reach their goal of 20% market share, and if they can keep growing, I think it really will help them to reach that goal in a reasonable amount of time, and for that reason, long term Nokia is a hold in my personal view, and I think now is a decent entry point. For a short term position guys, if you are willing to hold for the next 2 to 3 weeks anticipating big profits, I think we definitely come into a good entry point as well. I definitely can't see the biggest profits on Nokia stock, but I think if we are going to see any entry points, I think now is not the worst. I don't think it will drop by too much more. I think at that point, you know what, we could see some decent profits coming into this stock in the next week or two, making it almost justifiable for the price. So like I said guys, just to consolidate, because I have said it before, but I'm just going to say at the end of the video, I think Nokia is definitely a good buy now, but if I was going to be buying this one, I would consider it a long-term hold. Yes, we could see it explode in the next few weeks, but I would not be counting on that one because there is no specific reason for that to happen, but obviously it is still a possibility, as we have seen in many other stocks in the past few weeks. So it's a very interesting buy guys at the minute. Nokia definitely could move quite a lot in the next year or so, and I do have faith in it. The fundamentals are fantastic, and of course, you know what, the company is doing what they intend to do. They have basically, you know, grown at the rate which they want to, and of course, if we're looking at the latest financials, we're looking at very good figures as well, and for that reason, Nokia does have some very good potential in my personal view. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this quick video. If you did, please do leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye until then.